Hello, my name is Dean, and today I'm going to teach you how to play the well-known main part to the Final Fantasy VIII boss battle theme, Force Your Way. I'll play the part through on the guitar to show you what I'm talking about, and then I'll zoom in on the strings and take you through it step by step. Okay, now that was a lot faster than my previous videos, and the reason I put those effects on was so beginners did not get discouraged by the speed of it. They thought they could look at it and think, oh, that's too hard for me, because it's not. All my lessons are designed for beginners, so I'll simply take you through it step by step and you just gradually get faster. Anyway, I'll now show you how to play it. Okay, you start with your first finger on the 9th fret of the B string. Then you put your middle finger on the 10th of the B string. Then you go back to the 9th. Then the 10th again. Then your first finger up to the 9th on the G string. Then on the 10th on the G string, your middle finger. Then back down to the 10th on the B with your middle finger. Then back up to the 9th on the G. Then back down here to the 10th on the B. Then you move your middle finger up here to the 12th on the D. Then your first finger down here to the 10th on the B. Then your first finger up here to the 10th on the D. Then your middle finger down here to the 10th on the B. First finger up here, 9th on the D. Back down here, 10th on the B. First finger over here to the 7th on the D. Then ring finger over here, or you can use your pinky or the ring finger, it doesn't matter. I prefer the ring finger, onto the 10th on the B. Then over here, with your first finger on the 6th on the D. Ring finger onto the 7th on the D. Ring finger onto the 9th on the D. You play it again. Over here to the 6th, 7th, 9th. Now I usually move my ring finger over here to the 10th, but you can do it with your pinky if you want, it doesn't matter. But I prefer ring finger. Then first finger over to the 7th on the D. And then you move them down here, first finger onto the 9th on the D. Then your middle finger, onto the 10th on the D. Then ring finger onto the 12th on the D. Then over here, back to the 9th, 10th, 12th. Then down here at the 9th with your first finger on the G. And then down here to the 10th on the G with your middle finger. Now, it's better to put some vibrato on that if you want. It gives it more effect, but it doesn't matter. Now, I realised that was quite a lot to take in, so I'll play through it slowly. And I recommend just pausing the video and playing through in little sections, so it's easier for you to learn. I'll play through it slowly for you. Okay, now for the next bit, it's almost exactly the same, just higher up the neck, so I will take you through. You start with your middle finger on the 5th fret of the B string, and your first finger onto the 4th fret of the B string, then back to the 5th on the B, then up to the 4th on G with your first finger, middle finger onto the 5th on G, then down to the 5th on the B, first finger on the 4th on the G, 5th on the B, then you move your middle finger onto the 7th on the D, and your first finger back down here to the 5th on the B, then your first finger up to the 5th on the D, then your middle finger onto the 5th on the B, then the 4th on the D with your first finger, middle finger onto the 5th on the B, then you move your first finger over here to the 2nd on the D. Now once again you can use your ring finger or your pinky here for hitting the 5th on the B. I prefer my ring finger, it's up to you. For the next part you go over here to the 1st on the D with your first finger, then your middle finger onto the 2nd on the D, ring finger onto the 4th on the D, 1st on the D, 2nd on the D, 4th on the D. Now once again you can use your pinky or your ring finger here to hit the 5th on the D, then first finger onto the 2nd on the D. Then you move up over to the 4th on the D with your first finger, 5th on the D, middle finger, ring finger onto the 7th on the D, 4th on the D, 5th on the D, 7th on the D, then over here the 4th on the G, then over here to the 5th on the G with your middle finger. Now as before I recommend pausing it and learning little sections, but that's easier way to learn, but it's up to you. Now I'll play through that section slowly. Okay, that's it. And I realise that isn't the full song. Unfortunately, the full song is a bit too difficult for beginners to play. You'd have to be a bit more advanced for that. But that's hopefully you can now play that part of Force Your Way from Final Fantasy VIII. Please feel free to leave any feedback or criticism or any suggestions you'd like me to, for any other songs you'd like me to play. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video.